Alright, ready to start filming? Okay. Shit. Mrs. X needs help. Let me go give her a hand. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. This is a sad and happy moment for me. I am actually unboxing my very last Berserk statue. This one is going to complete my collection, unless I can get a Cedro at retail or they come out with another cool one. But let's jump into the life-size Hand of God from Prime 1 Studio. Wow, that's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
That's what she said.
So this is officially the life-size Hand of God made by Prime 1 Studio for the Berserk manga. So if you're unfamiliar, Berserk is a graphic novel that I actually love. I started buying the statues and then eventually started reading it. And it has some crazy characters and creatures in it. Clearly a fantasy. They deal with life and monsters and demons and fate. And that's what this statue represents. So all the other statues I own are quarter scale, so 1/4 scale. I have a figure like this big, but this is actually a life size. So I'm going to put this actually next to where my books, the actual manga volumes I have is. If you want to see what it looks like there, check out the Extreme Channel social media. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. The link for that is in the description below. But today we're going to go ahead and review this piece. I've waited a long time for this. So this was made by Prime 1 Studio, but I bought it from Big Bad Toy Store. We're going to talk a little bit about that later. And this is just quirky, just different. That's why I bought it. So we're going to try and do a traditional review, but it's weird because it's a hand holding an egg, or a bayolet as it's called, which has a lot of secret power and is also kind of alive. The more I talk about Berserk or try and tell strangers about it, the more you realize it's just weird as shit. But anyway, let's kick off this review with concept. Now, Prime 1 Studio came out with 2 life-size pieces. One is this hand right here, and the other is a skull bayolet. And again, a bayolet is a thing that unlocks secret power. It's a main source in the storyline for both good and evil sometimes. And you know what? I take that back. They do have one other piece. They have this life-size Puck statue. It's actually a fairy. I own this as well. Now, I didn't buy the skull, but I did buy the hand, and let me show you why, starting with concept of this piece. So, on the outside of here, you have this base they've created with some of the graphic writing that you see on a lot of the statues, a lot of the symbols, and you have these spikes coming up because most of the characters are dressed in armor or something of that nature, and I believe it's a reference to that. And then you have kind of this hell water coming out of the bottom. Maybe it's flame, maybe it's water, but it's what this God hand is coming out of, this evil God hand that says, you know what, there is fate and you have free will, but it really doesn't matter. I don't know what type of creature this is. Maybe it's part of the God hand, which is a group of 5 demon-like characters in the story. Initially it's 4, then they transform one of the main characters into one of their own. And it's just this crepid, disgusting looking hand. You don't know what gender it is, so it fits really well in 2023. And it's holding that bayolet, again, this egg of superpower that actually is alive and has this reoccurring theme throughout the entire manga. And in full disclaimer, I'm not done reading. Maybe this comes up later, or maybe this is just a conceptual piece. I'm voting the latter. I think this is just a conceptual piece. But what a cool, weird, crazy concept. And I think the reason why it can be justified is it's a weird, cool, crazy storyline in Berserk. So I give the concept a 4 out of 5. It's cool, it's unique, it's something that is very different. And I think this would look incredibly cool next to that skull, but I have 0 plans for getting the skull. As we talk about the design category, it's going to be kind of simple for a few reasons. 1, you already saw the unboxing. 2, there's only 3 pieces. Assembly was very easy. I really like how the egg fit in. It keyed into the thumb, but it's still resting on the pointer finger like it's holding it between those fingers. So I think that is pretty neat. Displayability too is almost everywhere. You could have this high, low, mid-height, and I think it works well. And it is the size of a real hand, as you can see. I have a decent sized hand. I can palm a basketball. But the widest part of the base is just about 4 inches, and the tallest part is about 10 inches. So it is made out of a polystone or resin. It has a decent weight to it. And I don't think, yeah, they did write the edition number on the bottom. The design, I think it's 3 out of 5. It's fine. Everything works. Nothing exceptional by any means. It would have been really cool if they had done something more with this water or fire effect. Like I said, I can't even tell if it's supposed to be water or fire. Because, to be frank, instead of Mr. X for a second, the paint isn't done really well on the base of this. So let's look at the paint and sculpt together, because the hand, I think, is excellent. Check it out. So this certainly won't take long, but look at the base here. Now, that writing on it just does no justice compared to some of the other pieces. As a quick show, they're right over here. So it kind of tried to follow that format a little bit. You can see kind of that writing there. But looks a little fake, almost toyish or plasticky. Not only the writing, but the base itself. And then it gets worse with this red lava liquid. Looks like plastic. I think that's a total miss. They could have added a little bit of ripple or texture to it. If it was supposed to be liquid or fire, that would help. And then, yeah, I'm just not a fan at all. Thankfully, they do make up for it with the hand. I love the different grooves in the hand. Looks like real skin. Not only on the front, you can see kind of the lines for palm reading, but how the colors accentuate kind of in the knuckle areas, I think is pretty cool. And super decrepit on the back. And I do like the orange highlight of the reflective lava type liquid that they put in there. You see that all over. The nails look absolutely fantastic. Not only the color they chose on them, but just those deep grooves. And then I really like what they did with the bayonet. So you can kind of see the face there. It does look like it's a spray painted, but I like that shine. You know, these books are in black and white, so you really don't have an idea of the colors of the characters or anything like that. But this almost gives it like a mysterious, magical effect, which they are magical. I don't even know what to call them. Not devices, but pieces. And again, you see the reflection of the flame from the bottom. Really cool. So I like the sculpt a lot better than the paint, but I think the paint's decent too. So it's always hard for me when I'm rating the paint and sculpt and the base is not as good as the statue or vice versa, but since the base is such a minuscule part, I'm going to focus more on the hand itself. I think the sculpt is a 4 out of 5. It's done really well and I'm really impressed. The paint is just a mere 3 out of 5. And I definitely give lower scores if we were talking about the base itself. Now, is this worth it? You know, Berserk pieces, at least for the longest time, would always sell out and sell for a lot of money in the aftermarket. Not always the case anymore, but I can tell you that this is really hard to get. This is sold out almost everywhere. I had to go to Big Bad Toy Store because they were sold out at Prime 1 Studio. I also wanted to go to Big Bad Toy Store because initially when I was looking at this at Prime 1 Studio to see if it was worth it or not, they were going to charge $150 shipping for that little box, which was just stupid. Where Big Bad Toy Store does $4 shipping. So it retails for $200 and they made 1,000 of them. And they're sold out. So I think that's pretty indicative that, hey, this is popular. You know, Berserk has a huge following. Not so much in the United States, although there is this little bit of a cult following, but outside of the US, really, really big. So I think the value is a 4 out of 5. I could probably flip this for a little bit of a profit if I wanted to, although I don't intend to. Does it have the X factor? No, this isn't a 5 out of 5 statue. This is a small, unique piece. Probably gonna say it's a 3 out of 5 overall. It's good. You get what you pay for. This is what I would expect. Something different in my collection. And again, I want to see what it looks like with the other stuff. What do you guys think? Weird, stupid, awesome? throw that down in the comments below because we're still doing a statue giveaway. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please hit that like button. It's free and easy and really helps the channel. And I'll give you a hand.